Hello and welcome to this week's AB Tutor Tips video. Today I'm going to run through one of the most popular features of AB Tutor and show a bit more of what it's capable of. As you're probably aware, you can watch a client machine from the Tutor console by double-clicking on it, but inside the watch session there are more options. The shared button allows you to take direct control of the client machine using your mouse and keyboard to control it as if you were sat in front of it. You can even hear any sounds it's making by clicking on the audio button, or turn this on by default from the settings menu. Hello and welcome to this demonstration of AB Tutor version 9. In this video I'll give you a Lockout is very similar to shared control, however it also prevents input from the client's mouse and keyboard, meaning that you have sole control over the computer. This can be very useful if you need to perform admin functions or prevent the user from fighting with you for control. Note that the lock will be removed when the watch session ends. If you want to lock a computer down for longer, use the lock action in the right panel. Since Ctrl-Alt-Delete is a special key combination in Windows, this can't be passed through to the client machine, so if you want to press that on the client, you'll need to use the button on the toolbar. You can also start a two-way text chat with whoever is on that computer, and take snapshots which will be saved into the server's event logs. The next options allow you to control how the watch session is displayed. Using the scale button, you can toggle between resizing the client screen to fit the window or showing it at full size. Showing it full size can be useful if the client is running at a much higher resolution, allowing you to see more detail. Full screen, as the name suggests, makes the client's view as big as possible, hiding the title bar. You can also hide the top controls by clicking in an empty space on the bar, and then get it back by clicking on the handle. Notice that AB Tutor will try to keep the client screen out from under the controls if it can. Finally, the Close button will close the watch window in exactly the same way that clicking X on the title bar does. If you select multiple clients, you'll see that you get multiple device thumbnails at the top of the right panel. If you click on these, or on Watch, the watch session will start in grid mode, showing all of the clients that you have selected. This allows you to keep an eye on a large number of computers at once. Whilst you won't be able to see exactly what's being done on the computer, it will give you a good idea if someone has gone off task. There are some extra controls on this view to allow you to get it set up as you want. On the toolbar at the top you have the normal watch controls, however these are mostly greyed out because they can't be used on multiple computers at once. There are some extra buttons though. The previous and next buttons allow you to page through the clients that are being displayed if they don't all fit on screen at the same time. Shuffle will display a random client, and Cycle will automatically page through the clients every few seconds. How often can be set at the bottom of the window. Finally, there is the Grid button. This switches between grid mode and normal watch mode. However, you'll notice that if you switch to normal watch from grid view, you'll still have the next, previous, shuffle and cycle buttons, which still work as they did on the grid, allowing you to switch between computers. If shared or lockout is selected, it will stay selected when you switch device, allowing you to take control of the next one easily. Note that the previous client will not stay locked when you switch away from it. Finally, to get back to grid view, click the Grid button again. At the bottom of the window, you can use the label buttons to choose whether the username and computer name are shown on each thumbnail. You can choose how often the thumbnails refresh as well. This is in seconds, and a lower number will give a smoother view of what's happening, but a higher number will put a smaller load on your network. Cycle I mentioned earlier, and the slider at the end allows you to change the size of the thumbnails. This will automatically snap to sizes which make the thumbnails as large as possible for that number of rows or columns to make it nice and easy to set. There are a few options which will affect your watch sessions. These can be found in Tools, Settings, Watch Demo. Like many options in AB Tutor, these can be configured as user settings, which mean they only affect the current user, or if you're an admin, as global defaults or global overrides. Global defaults set how the options will be configured for all users, however the users can then override these settings if they wish. Global override forces all users to use the options as you set them. Capture quality and bandwidth target allow you to configure the performance of the watch session. Moving capture quality to the left will give lower quality visuals but allow for higher frame rates even over a slow connection, whereas moving it to the right will give better visuals but a lower frame rate. The bandwidth target controls how much data is sent. Again, moving it to the left will reduce the frame rate and the amount of data being sent, moving it to the right will increase them. These are separate controls to allow you to choose whether you prioritise image quality, frame rate or bandwidth usage and to what level. In typical use, leaving both sliders near the middle tends to be fine. Optimizing the desktop means turning off some of the pretty elements of the window manager, such as wallpaper, shadows, shading and so on. This can make the watch or demo run more smoothly, however it also makes it very obvious when a client is being watched. Sharing clipboard contents allows a console user to copy from one computer and paste on the other. Be careful using this feature if you copy passwords. Note that it will not merge the clipboards of the two computers on connection. However, if a copy is done while a shared watch session is running, whatever was copied will be copied on both computers. The mirror driver only applies to Windows 7 and could in some cases cause flickers when starting a watch session, again letting the client user know that they are being watched. For this reason, it can be deactivated from here. If you are using Windows 10 or Mac OS, there is no need to worry about this option. I hope this video has helped you with some of the more complex options in the watch action. As always, if you have any questions, please email us at support@abtutor.com and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.